Today, Grant is working on a futuristic floating smart home. He's going to tell us about Ocean Builders, an initiative that envisions the ocean as one of the biggest real estate opportunity of our century.
Hello. Very nice to be here. I'm honored to be here today. I am going to be talking to you about exactly as was said in the intro. We have developed at Ocean Builders, we've developed a new technology that unlocks the ocean as a place where you can actually live. So I'm going to be taking you through and showing you a little bit of our vision of what we have created. Put together a little slideshow here to take you through the vision of these floating homes that we have developed, which look very futuristic. They are unlike anything people have seen before, and they are actually floating several meters over the water, connected to these tubes. Normally, when you have say something like a boat that's floating in the water, the hull of the boat is actually floating in the waves. The technology we have developed actually has a flotation under the surface of the water, under the waves. So you're much more stable, and it's a much more comfortable way of living. So this technology will show you some of the behind the scenes of how this works in some of the different slides. We have a couple different models. This is our eco model in front here. This is our flagship model. It's a very unique design that we came up with our architectural firm, which is the leading company in the world for designing floating structures. And that's Water Studio in the Netherlands with Koen Olthuis. And then this is our eco model. This is the first model that went live on the water just very recently. It was in the news all over the world, so you may have even heard of it. This is a little view of the inside of the unit. Has a living room, has a bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, everything you would expect to have in a home, patio as well. And then you have these amazing views of the ocean all, in every direction. There's windows that go completely around the structure. Oops. So it's normally when you have oceanfront property, you have a limited view of the ocean. Here you have a view going from the windows that go all the way around the home and also over here on the sides. So it's a pretty amazing way of really living on the ocean and experiencing the water lifestyle. Most people spend most of their year working really hard to get 1 or 2 weeks of vacation off, and they usually take their vacation in some place that is a tropical place by the water on an island. So we decided, well, why not just live there full time and make that your home? So that's kind of the philosophy we've been going with and what we've been trying to develop. This is our launch, one of our launch day pictures, a picture right from above the Seapod. A side angle there. We're at a beautiful location in Panama, and we're envisioning that we would be able to have communities where you can have multiple Seapods like this, and they can be close to shore or they can be further off in the ocean, giving people an alternative system outside of what is currently available with living in a big city on land. So we have, I put this up here, we have experienced the Seapod, Liberty in a lifetime 20% discount offer for anyone interested. You can scan this QR code. We'll show it a few more times during the presentation, and that will give you more information on the pod, and you're welcome to scan it, and we'll send you more information as we go further along. So Seapod is a very complex structured build. It's a combination of mechanical engineering, software engineering. There's a lot of technology. There's a lot of hardware technology, like computer technology. There's civil engineering. There's mechatronics. There's marine engineering, marine biology. There's a lot of things that had to come together to make this work. Basically, usually living on the water means that you're doing a lot of compromise because you have a limited amount of water, because you can't just use salt water to have a shower and flush your toilets. It's just not ideal. So usually there's a very limited amount of water, there's a limited amount of power. So we have had to do a lot of research and development on how to make living on the ocean, living on the water, very, very comfortable and an amazing experience. So that meant redesigning pretty much everything about the experience of living in a floating home. So this is our shallow water model. This is the new version we're working on that has integrated solar panels into the roof, which you can see right here, and they go all the way around the roof. This is designed to be in a shallow area. This is what you see above the water, but if you take a closer look, there's the flotation, which is under the water, and that's right here. And since it's under the water, it's also under the waves by about a meter. So there's a lot less movement. There's very, very little movement compared to a normal boat. And then to keep it in one location, we have anchors that hold it in place. These little anchors here, and that keeps it in place so it doesn't drift. We also have a deep water model, which I think you're going to hear about in another presentation. So we've developed a lot of technology to make this feasible. And one of them is an aerial drone delivery service. So you can order things like food, pizza, beverages, refreshments, convenience store items. And this technology allows us to deliver about 6 kilograms, about 10 kilometers from a location. So it makes it much more practical to be able to live on the ocean because now you don't have to get in a boat, travel for whatever period of time and go to get supplies. We have smart shower technology. We have a smart ring, which you can kind of see right here, holding it up, wearing it right now. That is a smart ring that allows you to swipe that in front of the shower, and it turns the shower onto your preferred temperature as well as pressure settings. And then if your girlfriend, wife, husband, partner, whatever, swipes their ring, it turns the shower and the pressure and temperature to their preferred settings. It also unlocks the home. We just won a prize for this, an award for this a couple days ago, for a service called Follow Me. And the smart ring actually unlocks the home, but it also turns the home on to your preferences. So your lighting preferences are saved. As you walk into the home, your music preferences come on. And if you had 20 different people sharing the home, like a kind of like a timeshare, then it automatically, the home configures itself to your settings. And if you had 10 different homes around the world, each time you walk into your home, the home just automatically sets itself to your settings. So it's, we call it Follow Me because your home settings follow you no matter where you go in the world. So I'll just show you a little bit of some of the features and functionality of the home. You have a smart toilet. This has basically a bidet built into it, so you can eliminate toilet paper, which is really, I think that's a really good thing. Also makes it easier to get rid of the waste from the toilet afterwards. We have embedded charging services. We have the smart ring, like I mentioned, the Follow Me technology that follows your home preferences, follow you all over the world, wherever you have this technology integrated. We have a partnership with Miele, and they have the best smart appliances in the world. So we've partnered with them to be able to integrate all of our smart home technology into their systems. So like, for example, this is a coffee maker from Miele, and we have something called a bed presence detector. So when you get out of bed in the morning, it automatically detects that you're out of bed, and then it sends a notification to the coffee maker to turn on your coffee. And by the time you get to the coffee maker, your coffee is made and done. And then if your partner gets out of bed, the bed actually has dual zones. So if your partner gets out of bed, it makes their specific coffee. So it's a very customized and unique system. We have a smart sunroof. The house is so smart, even our water tanks are smart. They have a water level sensor. They have temperature sensors built into them. water quality as well. We have a private voice assistant. So it is a voice assistant that does not send your data to the cloud, doesn't send your data to another company to process. All the processing is done on the home itself. So you are you can be much more secure that no one's listening into your conversations. So I think that's something that's really important to me because I'm a big privacy enthusiast. We have smart blinds that can open and close by your preferred settings. So if you get out of bed in the morning, the same system that turns on your coffee can also open the blinds automatically. We have a GPS and movement sensor, which actually senses the movement, very detailed movements of the home. We have whole home audio. We have what we call Reef AI, which is a really cool system that has a camera that's under the surface of the water. And you'll be able to see when different kinds of sea life is around the bottom of your sea pod. And if a dolphin or an octopus or a turtle goes by your camera, you can actually have notifications sent to your phone, or you can have the images or the video put up onto the wall of the inside of your home. So it's very cool technology. It's bed presence detector. We have tablet control throughout the home. You can also control it through a smartphone app. We have gesture AI technology that we're working on developing. We have two versions, which one uses a camera, one uses an infrared camera. So that has much lower privacy implications, and all the software is done on the home itself. So you can do different gestures, like you can open your hands and that would maybe open the blinds. You can signal the music to go up by pointing your thumb up or down. So there's a lot of innovation we've been working on, and now we have the pods available to demonstrate. We've been developing this technology for the last 3.5 years. We now have a demonstration, so you can come down and visit us in Panama and see and experience the sea pod itself in person. We have a lifeguard drone technology we are developing. And this basically has cameras on the sea pod. You can see right here, and that detects if the ideal version is you have a button on your wristwatch, and you push the button. It has a notification that goes out to say, okay, I'm in trouble, I need help, and then your lifeguard drone comes out and comes to save you. So it's a nice security feature for parents that are worried about their kids playing in the water. We also have rainwater collection. So the roof here is very flat. If you actually saw the profile from the top, it actually angles down and towards the center. So that collects the rainwater into the center, and then that goes into storage tanks. So basically you have a lot of water collection capability, and you can use desalination as a backup, but the preference is to be able to collect rainwater because there's zero cost on that. So there's a lot of technology here, and we'll just try to skip through some of the things. We use a technology for corrosion prevention, which is something that is very important. We have the structure, the floating structure of the pod itself is made of steel. And what we do is we put a small electric current through the steel. And when you do that, it actually pulls the calcium from the surrounding water, and it kind of sticks like glue, like a magnetic attraction onto the steel itself. And that causes it to have a protective layer that protects it from rust. But not only that, it also, the calcium is what is the building block of coral. So these homes actually become eco-restorative. And that's really one of our big things that we believe that we want the home to be eco-restorative and to help restore the ocean. So we have 3D printable structures that we're putting on the spar itself, the floating section of the home. And then combined with this electrical current, it pulls the calcium towards these 3D printed structures, and you can actually implant coral in it to accelerate the growth of coral. So we're really excited about some experimentation we're doing to make homes that are not just we're not just putting homes on the water, but we're actually turning each home into an eco-restorative environment. So that's something we're very proud of. We're doing a lot of research and development and work on in that department. We have great water recycling technology. We're innovating using a process called electrocoagulation, similar processes used for black water treatment. So we have a lot of technology. I wanted to do a little bit of a Q&A. I saved a few minutes at the end of the presentation to be able to do a Q&A if anyone has any questions. We also have, if you want more information, you can also scan our QR code and we will send you more information, or you can go to oceanbuilders.com and we will send you, you can sign up for a newsletter and get more information from us. So if any of you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any of the questions that you have, and otherwise I can continue talking about some of the tech that we've developed. You know, there's lots of cool things we're developing. I can't hear anything on your side, so I guess it's muted over there.
Thank you for showing us in such great detail how our life on Seapods will look like. And we have time for 2 questions. We have time for two questions. Here?
Thanks. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
I can kind of hear you, not very well.
Hello?
No.
Okay, I'll speak up then. You must speak in the mic. Oh, he can hear me. We can hear you. Just speak into the mic. Yes. Hello. Oh, he can hear me?
If someone can repeat the question, I can't really hear very
Just
well.
Yeah, I'll repeat it.
Okay, we heard from also from the presentation before that all these structures are built in international sea zones.
Mm-hmm.
It's working now. Okay, it's working now. Okay, great. So just imagine that outside San Francisco, 12 or 15 miles away, you will build this structure. So, and I guess you will have thought about the problem that we'll mention now. So what is your plan if now the Navy is coming, or let's say the United States, and saying, now your seaport belongs to the United States and is not free anymore?
Well, right now we're starting our venture close to shore with in cooperation with local governments, because we need to have a starting place where we can do this. There's people that are very enthusiastic about finding homes that are very, very far from land, like 200 miles outside of any land mass, which gives you the most freedom, but then you're so far away from all resources that it's really hard to actually live and get, like if you drop a wrench in the ocean, then it takes you forever to go back to the hardware store on land. So we're starting right now in the coastal waters of Panama, we have a great relationship with Panama, and we're developing the infrastructure, all the technology that can support people that want to go further and further offshore and develop into something more than what we have right now. So this is kind of the starting place, and everything has to start somewhere. And we're starting with very ambitious plans, but I think we're going to get pretty far, pretty fast. And if you're outside of San Francisco by 15 nautical miles, then that's actually not an ideal location. And I don't think the wave conditions there are ideal for where we would want to start the venture. So we are looking at a lot of places more around the equator where you have more ideal weather conditions, wave conditions, and environmental conditions for starting out.
We have another and the last question in the back. How is R&D currently funded?
Well, we have 3 partners in the company, and we all kind of fund the projects we want to develop. So I'm the tech guy on the team, so I'm pushing forward on as much of the smart home tech as possible, because I think making the home more comfortable is really, really important. My business partner, Rudy, is more on the engineering and structural side of the home itself. So that's what he's doing. He's innovating, having different kinds of structures that can go further out to sea. Some are shallow water models, some are deep water models. And so we all kind of fund what we're passionate about. I'm passionate about the smart home tech, and my partner Rudy is more passionate about the structures and how different structures can work in different locations. We're designing a hurricane version right now. So basically we're self-funded. We're interested in developing new technology as well, but we kind of have to go within our budget. But we do have some really amazing people that have come forward to work with us to develop some of these technologies. So we're always looking for more partners that we can partner with that have existing technologies, and we can work together to integrate them, because we're really trying to integrate existing off-the-shelf technologies where possible. And if they don't exist, then we'll build them ourselves.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Grant. Let's give another round of applause.
Thank you very much.
It was such a brilliant, such an inspiring presentation.